Good afternoon all, and welcome to Wild Earth Safari this afternoon. My name is Mark, and we're about to head out on our PM safari, myself with Seb on camera. And we're sitting with the herd of impala just on the southern end of our open area. And I was trying to head to Treehouse Dam to see if we could start up there for a change. But as we came past these impala, they all started barking and alarming just towards the east, which is down towards Twin Dams Road. And I've taken a little ride down there. We can't see anything. What there is, though, a huge branch that an elephant has left in the road. But we couldn't see anything. I don't think they're shouting at the branch. I don't know what they're shouting at. Some of them are still looking down that way. So we're going to sit and watch them for a little while. There's also a small group of warthog. But they're making their way back into thicker bush behind us. It's nice seeing this big herd back together again. I can see a couple of individuals that I know, only because they stand out over and above the others. Quirky horns, one with a broken horn, one with a twisted horn. We'll see if they move much. That little ram with his head up, that's the one that used to have the horns touching, I think. Let's see if we got him on that screen. No, not yet. Yes, him. I think when he was, last year when he was just a yearling, those two horn tips were touching. Very close together. I got excited there for a minute because the whole herd turned and shouted down in that direction. Almost as though they saw a leopard or something. Some of them still just glancing down that way every now and then, but for the most part they seem to be relaxed again. Some allo grooming, some feeding. I also noticed a youngster that looks very, very new, still very, very fragile, very, very small, maybe a week old or even less. And that having said just recently that I don't think that there are likely to be any more lambs being born. Would have pushed the rutting season very late. But, goes to show. Always exceptions. Well, I think we ought to take a ride in a minute or so. We'll take a ride down to Wahlberg's Road, Wahlberg's Nest. And then back up again. Sorry, children. Sorry. I got out of the vehicle now. They've all scattered because of me. But I got out because there's a rhinoceros beetle. A dead one. There you go. On the dash. Now they're alarming because I'm standing next to the vehicle. Give a thumb is comparative size. Very prominent horn on this rhinoceros beetle. Hence the name. One of the small five. And as you can see, it is a scarab. It is one of the dung beetles, actually. Those front legs that are paddle shaped, very much flattened. That helps compact the dung, helps dig in the dung. Also, this very round and spade, shovel-shaped head that helps dig into the dung. The horn is for fighting, for dominance. Only the males have horns. Okay. We've got the rhinoceros beetle as a mascot this afternoon. To find the real thing, rhinoceros. Let's have a look at warthog quickly. Mom and piglet, or mom and 2 piglets and 3 new piglets. This is a warthog we have seen on the open area quite often during the dry season, and her 2 piglets from 2009 and 3 new piglets from 2010. Okay children, enough. I need to run. Stop. Very skittish. They've been standing there looking at us for 10 minutes. They're camera shy, must be. Because as soon as we put the camera on them, they ran away. We are going to go down that way, maybe. Perhaps. Let them relax a little bit first. First order of the day. Let's see what these impala were. Maybe there's something here, maybe not. Would be nice. Maybe if I just put my nose into the bush. This is being nosy. There was a leopard here at the lodge last night. I walked past him in the dark. Henry said it was Induna. I thought maybe it was Mishu, but I didn't see him. I only know that the guests found him when they came back from the drive last night. And I just happened to be heading down to the lodge at the same time. Hello, Mark. Let's say morning, Mark, in the US of A. I'm not mistaken, New York. Just looking at human tracks, see whether there are elephant tracks here as well. I think the human's on top of the elephant. This would have been guests being taken out on a walk from the lodge. Well, Mark was asking how fast do those little piglets run? Because they do seem to be very fast. They were kicking up dust. They are very fast. I can't say that I've ever measured their speed, Mark. I couldn't give you a figure. They are fast. They're not fast enough for a leopard or a cheetah or a lion sometimes. Speaking of lion, I'm not going to dilly-dally. We're going to make our way to the east up to Cheetah Cut Line, up to Buffelshoek Cut Line, and we're going to go and see if we can find those cats from earlier today. And whatever else we can find along the way. Signs of elephants. A lot of smells of elephants. A lot of flattened grasses heading east in the west. We make a detour to Treehouse Dam after all. A little drongo. Kingfisher. To watch the weather this afternoon. Oh my word. It was a jewel beetle that was sitting next to me that just took off, and I've been looking everywhere else but here. Maybe he would have seen it take off. So sorry to have missed that. We're coming up to Chelapan. A bit optimistic to see if this crocodile is still here. I think probably just here for a day or two and headed back down south. Bird I can hear is a paradise flycatcher. Flown away now. In the gardenia there's a bird that sounds like a flycatcher. Not gonna let us see him. Okay, let's go up to Treehouse quickly. Make a quick detour.
Hyena tracks, but amongst these hyena looks like a young lion, but I might be wrong. Mostly hyena, but it's just a big hyena. What I'm really interested in are these elephant tracks that here again, this family group that's gone up Rebecca's Road way. A lot of elephant tracks here. And speaking of elephants, a question in from Sandy, who read something about an elephant in India. Excuse me while I'm just looking around and answering this question. It's not very fresh stuff. The dung as well, not very fresh. I don't know when somebody last drove Philemon's cut line, but there's been a herd of elephants here between my drive yesterday morning and today. They've all gone west. Get out of Washington. Sandy was saying that there was a story in India about a group of people, villagers, that killed a calf in front of the mother because the mother and her clan kept raiding their rice paddies, kept raiding the fields. And sometime afterwards, this elephant went a little bit vengeful and started killing people and actually eating them. The first I've ever heard of this, Sandy, that they actually found remains in the stomach of this elephant. Okay, all these elephants have gone west. I just want to go and have a look down at the dam. Reason for this behavior, I couldn't tell you, Sandy. Once again, trying to find reason for an intelligent animal's behavior as a human being would be pretty impossible. Other than the fact that, well, elephants, being as intelligent as they are, being as emotional as they are, will take revenge. They will. Another elephant tracks. Been elephant, but I don't think they're going to be here now. There are stories out of South Africa about similar things, especially down in the Outeniqua forests, the Knysna forests, in the early days when woodcutters competed with the elephant for forest rights. And the timber industry began. And it started impacting on the elephants, and you heard stories of poachers or tusk, rather ivory hunters who had killed a baby, and that the mother hunted them down for 20 years and found this one particular incident, found the man after 20 years and killed him because he killed her calf. Been a herd of elephant here at Treehouse Dam, and whoa, in my face. Golden orm. I'll just have to go off to the side and sorry, woman. That's a spider. Just move your silk to the side. Not seeing anything at the dam. But somehow we must have missed some good fun here with Somalis. There we go, not too bad. Let's still repair it. Andy, I think that would have been a real one-off experience, that of an elephant actually consuming body parts of a human. I'll have a look. I'll try and look up the story. Not much I can add, I'm afraid. Moral of the story is don't kill elephants, especially their babies. Look here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goslings. Any guesses where they come from? Chased away by mom and dad, probably from Gowrie Dam. More importantly, there seems to be some more goslings on the other side of the dam. New ones. Hello, hippo. Humgo. Yeah, probably Humgo. Big split in the right here. Well, I guess they're not goslings, they're ducklings. Other side of the dam. How we've missed them, I don't know. But the grasses have been long. That looks like it could be maybe one of the knob-billed ducks with her young right on the other side of the dam. Seb, have you been seeing them?
No, not yet. Maybe once is quite well.
There are quite a few ducklings there. Very well camouflaged. I was waiting for ducklings to make an appearance. We've had some of the knob-billed ducks flying around the dams throughout the summer, and they nest in these long grasses, and it's pretty hard to see them when they're very small. But I'm sure these are the goslings from our pair of geese at the dam that have perhaps been chased off by mom and dad. Maybe they're going to raise another clutch. Doubt it though. Okay, so our duck has taken a ducklings. It is a pair of white-faced ducks there. Okay, off we go. It'd be nice to come and see this lot in the morning, because then we'll get better light shining down on the dam. What elephant did you see this morning with Pet? What elephant did you see this morning? Oh. Getting back to our elephant discussion, things that they've discovered now, well, not discovered, but things are coming out of India and East Africa with regards to elephant and human interaction and elephant, or rather human fatalities at the hands, or rather the hands of elephants. I think one of the things that they have discovered is that for the most part elephants are wary of humans. But as these pressures increase, as the human-elephant pressures, or let me try and put it another way, as the conflict deepens and as the humans take greater and greater measures to protect their crops and their stock and their stores from elephants, so elephants start going to greater measures to defeat the humans. Now there's some wonderful biological means that have come out of a lot of this, but I think one of the most striking facts that was realized was that elephants, up to a point, are wary of humans and will run away, and they will give way. But there's a point that an elephant reaches where if it finds out, if it comes to the realization that it doesn't have to fear humans, that it doesn't have, that humans are not necessarily stronger than the elephant, that an elephant can use its size and its bulk and its weight. Those are the times when elephants then become potential problem animals, because they no longer fear humans. Now, we've seen it in zoos, we've seen it in circuses, where every now and then an elephant, well, they say it goes on the rampage, but basically what happens is something happens, it becomes the final straw. The elephant does something and suddenly realizes, oh, hang on, I am stronger than this human. And then of course it does something that everybody regrets. Now in India, what has been happening is elephants have started breaking into houses. Elephants have realized that some of the rural areas, mud huts, flimsy walls, or not even mud sometimes, places where people store grain and other victuals, fresh rhino dung. Elephants realize that they can break into these places. And an elephant like that cannot be discouraged. I mean, an elephant like that obviously incur the wrath of the humans, and humans will go to every means possible, including things like, well, let's just put it this way, drastic means to chase elephants off. This could have been a situation where this elephant cow, after years perhaps of conflict with humans, I'm just looking at fresh rhino tracks. After years of conflict with humans, the elephant suddenly went too far. The humans probably thought that they could do something about it by killing the calf, thinking that that would chase the elephant away. And all it would do, really, in my books, that would just make the elephant even more mad. That's just a recipe for disaster. Just don't touch an elephant's family. Don't touch elephants, period. Now, we're the only humans, well, only humans, we're the only creatures on the planet that will take a biodiverse region, wipe it out to grow a monoculture, and then we spend the rest of our lives defending that monoculture from everything else that wants to eat it, because everything else has been displaced and their natural food has been displaced. The only creatures on the planet that not only eliminate our competition, but we eliminate the food of our competition. We have to expect that nature is going to have reprisals. We have to expect that nature is not going to like what we do. It's taking Battalier Road. Make our way east. Seeing quite a few different butterflies today. Just wish they would sit still long enough to catch them on camera. Now we are heading up to the northeastern corner to go and see if those lions are still around. There was some lion this morning, and I'm not expecting very much activity from those lions if we find them. I'd like to just relocate them. Excuse me, Monarch. Thank you. And then maybe if we're still in the area towards sunset, we can go and hang out with them and see if they might not move, perhaps. Come on, Monarch, out of the road. Oh, there's a yellow pansy. Junonia species. There's a friar. Variable mimic. There is an acrea. That is, these are brown commodores in the road now. Lots of butterflies fluttering by. Some of you on the drive with me a couple of mornings ago, I actually managed to pick up one of the monarchs while we were watching the elephant. It was still fairly cool in the morning. It was still warming up in the sun, getting its blood going. warming up its wings, muscles, and I had it on my finger. And it was flapping in time to the elephant flapping his ears. It's California. I got a very well trained beetle. I told it to stay there for the drive. Hasn't moved an inch or a muscle. Oh. Put spider web in the face again. Sorry, spider. So sorry. Nice to see the knobthorns are seeding quite well this year. All this consistent rain. Conditions were right for them to seed. They haven't seeded. The previous 2 years they didn't seed. We're on Drakensberg Drive at the moment. Coming up to Central Road Junction. There's been a bit of chat, or not I hear whisper in my ear. There's a bit of chat about a recent incident that saddens everybody, and I guess it's inevitable that we talk about it. Kijimas and Kahumas, and the fact that there was an incident, sad incident, about some lion that broke out of the Manyaleti. It wasn't out of the Sabi sand. Lion broke out of the Manyaleti into one of the villages. Evidently, from the knowledge or the info that I've received, they were brought back. The hole in the fence wasn't fixed, so they broke out again. And the Parks Board, and Mpumalanga Parks Board, euthanized them because they were a threat to the local community and their cattle. So I don't know the true facts. Too many people have too many different stories, so I'm not even going to comment because I'm only getting second and third hand information. I'll guess it would be finding out from the Sabi sand, or more accurately Mpumalanga Parks Board, as to the number and makeup of the lions that were shot. As far as I know, it sounds like one of the males was shot and one of the cubs. Put down, I should say. I was speaking to Henry last night. I had dinner with him and his guests at the lodge. And Henry says that they had 4 of the Kahuma females. Nice fresh elephant tracks on the road heading north, I think. He says they saw 4 Kahuma females last night up on Buffelshoek. He doesn't seem to think there was a female that was taken out. Personally, I don't know. Elephant's gone off to Torchwood. Did you see elephant around here today? Okay, yeah, it's back on the road again. He might be up at Buffelshoek Dam, the Sally, eating marula trees. Yeah, carried on walking. He's picking up sand as he goes along. He's also looks like dragging his trunk. Actually, he's not. He's dragging his penis. Fresh tracks, this elephant track, yeah. Look at this big mark in the road. Zigzag, giant snake track. Well, it is a giant snake. Giant snake attached to an elephant. I wonder where he went. If he continued north, he would have come across those lion. That lion would have moved. If he's headed further north. Has 2. I guess he's dragging his penis, unsheathed penis. Trunk doesn't make that kind of a mark on the road. picked up that marula branch. No, I didn't. Is it still stuck there? But he's not on the road anymore. I didn't see which way he left the road. But that marula branch that was lying there wasn't very dry. Too old. Hello, Linda. Hello, Roller. Oops, off you go. European Roller. Linda's saying she has monarch butterflies in her state in the US that migrate through her state. Those must be the West Coast monarchs, the famous monarch migration. It goes down into Mexico. Most wonderful BBC footage on planet Earth, I think it is, of the migration of them overwintering in Mexico. Pretty amazing. But our monarchs don't. We don't have the temperatures that require or that cause animals to migrate for those reasons. Where are we going? Fire break, Seb?
Was on it's easier to go in from that line.
Easier from the cut line. Okay. A lot of elephant tracks. I think if we can establish that the lion are there and they're sleeping, I think we'll go down to Buffelshoek Dam. Nice hot day, might be an elephant there. A lot of elephant tracks in the area. So that's probably his tracks then that I just seen now. Yeah, our monarchs don't migrate. However, we do have a migrating species of butterfly, and it's got nothing to do with temperature, and I guess in a way it is seasonal. In a way. But we should be seeing them. The white migrants, they all fly east into the ocean, to the Mozambique Channel, after they've laid eggs and they're reaching the end of their life. We should actually be seeing them flying through here. I was looking, it looks like Hoedspruit, pretty wet, big thunderstorm over the mountains. It's over Hoedspruit and the escarpment. Elephant tracks. So who's that from? Pair of sandgrass in the road, crouching down, trying to pretend I'm not here. Pretend so we can see them. Hello, Sharon. In Pittsburgh. Steelers country. Look at that, Mr. and Mrs. Double-banded sandgrouse. Pretty little birds. Wonderfully cryptically coloured to blend in with their surroundings. You notice she's a little less colourful, well, less striking than he is. She's got to sit on the nest. She's got to blend in a lot better. Now, quite unusually for a ground nesting bird, and when you look at the francolins and the quahorns and the all ground nesting birds, the young are born precocious, like chickens. They hatch out of the egg and they run around and they're able to, in a way, fend for themselves. And one normally finds that these birds are also, the young, are very, very camouflaged. And here is one of the exceptions. This is a ground nesting bird whose young are born like most of the tree nesting birds. In fact, the sandgrouse is probably more closer related to the pigeons and doves than it is to the francolins and the partridges. And their young are born helpless, altricial, and it requires them to bring back food and in some cases water. Oh, some warthog crossing the road. See, sometimes you sit in one place, things just come out of the woodwork. Wonder what went through its mind right then. Oops, humans. Another one sort of running behind, hesitantly saying, "What's all the fuss?" Okay, bye, sandgrouse. Don't fly, stay there. And they did. They did. So Sharon asking about cheetah. Are the cheetah still around? That was 2 days ago. Sharon, cheetah move all the time. Cheetah don't stay in the same area for very long. They have very large home ranges and they'll continually move around those home ranges. But cheetah are not likely to... There's somewhere here, Seb? Huh? Further down. It's a tire tracks here. Oh, there where the tree is. Well, we'll see. But Sharon was also asking if there are any resident cheetah in the Sabi Sand, or if cheetah are likely to take up residence here. Well, there are a lot of cheetah in the Sabi Sand, Sharon. That's why we get getting tongue-tied. One of the reasons why we get cheetah moving through Djuma. We just don't have the areas for them to stay very long at Djuma. Cheetah will not stay in this thick bush. They'll move through this thick bush to get from one open area to another for hunting and safety. But a cheetah is not likely to set up residence around Juma because we just don't have the area for it. Oh, there. Oh, so they're off in Buffelshoek. Which means right now they're going to be on the shady side of the tree. Uh-huh. So they might be there somewhere. This is where the lion were this morning, but obviously in the morning light the sun was different. Right now my guess is that they're in thicker shade. And unless they lift their heads, you're not going to see them. So I think what we'll do is we'll let the Juma vehicles come along. They can try and find them, and we'll keep track of what those lion might be doing later. The Buffelshoek Dam. So the cheetah, we can only hope to have cheetah coming through Juma when they're going from Buffelshoek down to Mbambili or elsewhere. Unreadable. Where was I? Yes. A very healthy population of cheetah throughout. You've got to imagine that they are pretty well spread out throughout the greater Kruger region. There's no difference to cheetah, whether it's the Sabi Sand, Manyaleti or Kruger Park. Cheetah are not aware of the different areas or the different names that we humans call these areas. And these areas are all contiguous, so there's freedom of movement for all these animals. So where the habitat is right for cheetah, one will find them on a more consistent basis, but it's not like leopard. We've got Karula, whose territory is maybe just a little bit bigger than our 1,000 hectares that we cover. Cheetah's area will be 10 times that. So to have that wonderful moment when we have a cheetah and we're in the same place as the cheetah, we're very lucky when we do see them. There are times possibly the cheetah moves through here that we don't even know about it. There have been times when cheetah have crossed through Juma within like a 10-minute period. And I remember there was that one young male up on Zoe's Road, and he and Mishu had a confrontation. And within 5 minutes he had crossed over to the south to Hoffman, Little Gari, whatever. And he spent all of maybe 10 minutes on Juma. And they haven't seen him since. They call that 10 minutes in a year that cheetah has been here. I'll come back, no doubt. I see buffalo. What do you see? Buffalo. Le Boeuf. Yeah, a single buffalo. I think he must have just had an argument with the hippo because he's got his back to the hippo, pretending to ignore them. Lovely dam. Hippos at the dead trees. I see an impala as well. Kind of stiff breeze picking up. Strange enough from the east. Beautiful setting this afternoon. Swallows are flying into the wind and belly flopping into the water to have a bath. The only way they know how. What is interesting is the Hamerkops aren't displaying the kind of behavior we were seeing at the end of the dry season, when they were almost hovering over the water to catch frogs and tadpoles. Obviously there's so much more food around, they don't need to go to those extremes. And we'll see them on the hippos' backs and doing that again when the dry season rolls around. I was wondering when buffalo was going to get tired of standing like that. Didn't take long. Okay. I can find some of these elephants who seem to be eluding us. Been an elephant here because I don't recall this buffalo corn leaning over the road like that so much. Yeah, there's a footprint from the culprit. Spider. Trying to avoid breaking their webs where we can. Drop the antenna at the back. I rescued a golden orb from the grill of a vehicle. Obviously had driven right through a web, and she was very, very thin, as big as she was, and she just didn't have enough silk and protein to spin a web. All she could do was spin a couple of strands And I thought, there's no ways you're going to catch an insect like that. So I caught an insect and fed her. And it was enough to provide her with the protein to spin a rudimentary web. Now the first one that she spun, oh wow, sorry, tiny Franklin chicks. I hope they're going to come out again. Look at that. They like hatchlings. Two little ones. 3, 4, 5. They're hugging the grasses on the edge. Those are new babies. Out for an afternoon stroll with mom and dad. Learning about this big world that they've been born into. Must be exciting. Let me go forward a little. Look how tiny they are. I think they're only 4. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they've just run across the road. We don't want to split up the parents, and we don't want to split up the youngsters. They're not going to come out again. I'll try and sneak past them. They don't come out now that I'm driving. Take your babies into the grass. Come on. Oh, fell. They just tumbled down out of the grass. There's a nice open patch. Off you go. Go inside. What's that lock, Henry? Lovely, thanks. So now I think I might have been distracted by Franklin chicks. I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, the spider. This happens when I interrupt myself. I forget what I was saying before I started saying something. So she first spun a web right across the little pathway that I have to take to go home to my room. It was fine because I remembered it for a few times that I went home and came back to final control. Except for the time that I came from a different angle to the kitchen. I walked into it. So today I fed her again. Well, I fed her again and then she spun a web a bit further away, but still in the pathway of everybody, and I see a few people walk into her web. I just gave her a moth before we came on drive, hoping that it's going to replenish some of that protein and she'll be able to produce some more silk and make a proper web somewhere else. Yes, no, left, right, left or right. Waripan or back to Cheetah Cut Line. There was that elephant that was around on Cheetah Cut Line. We are going to go back to Twin Dams Road soon enough. Maybe we'll do it along the south. Let's go south and go to Leadwood Road, Twin Dams, thereabouts. North again. See if I can see where this elephant left the road. If he went to the east, then we'll leave him be. But up to this marula tree. We would have been feeding here for a little bit. And there's the branch that he left in the road further up. The branch, the piece of tree. Where did he go from here? The branches here, but there's no, there we go. It's an elephant going the other way. All indications seem to be that he might have gone that way, our way. He's in some pretty thick stuff. Can't see him from the road. He left this road. Oh well. Where timing is such an important thing. You're able to time being in the same place that an animal is visible from the road. We did a road earlier and I had that very strong feeling that I sometimes get, like I did when I was walking to the lodge last night and I had a feeling about one of the boys. And I was driving, came out from Treehouse Dam. Oh, we didn't do Elephant Skull actually. I was going to do Elephant Skull. We went to Chelapan instead. We didn't do Elephant Skull. We should have. Because there's something on Elephant Skull that we need to get to. Right now we're just in the opposite end of the world. On the way there, keep the questions coming. I didn't get that at all. Well, I did, but I didn't understand. Good afternoon, Linda. And Pepperbird. Question about a lion. And do we see emergence of a new dominant force in lion? I think this is more or less what Linda was asking. What happened to the coalition that seemed to I got the question in my head, but I can't quite repeat it the way it was put. But basically, I think Linda's asking what's happening with the lion, and is there a new dominant, a new coalition? Linda, we can't for a minute assume anything. I mean, the lion population in this part of the Sabi Sand is in such a flux at the moment. With the Gajimas, or rather the Machinga lions coming in on the scene, that fight that they had with the Mapogos, all the lionesses that have been killed, I think it's going to be years before anything settles down in this part of the world to the norm of a coalition of lion and a happy medium with the females and youngsters. Nice baby elephant tracks, but they're old. Obviously hasn't been a vehicle up here for a while. The Machinga lions, I would imagine, have settled further south, I honestly couldn't even begin to put it all together. Even with Pat and Janet's weekly updates of all the cats and everything, I need to put up a clipboard and pin things on a map to get any semblance of where most of these lion are concentrating themselves, what's happening with them. But sitting in this part of the world where we're on the fringes of different prides and the deaths that we've had in the lion population, even with the new coalition coming in, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to settle down to a steady pride situation, because, well, the coalition has to prove, for one thing, to the females that they're ready to settle down. And with the way these Majingalans are moving around, the way the Kahumas are now split, that's going to throw that pride into turmoil. And I think the Kajimas if one of the Kajima males has now been taken out of the equation, that leaves one male. He's an easy force to be reckoned with. He can get taken out quite easily now by any coalition. It's hard to tell. It's harder to tell from just reading information and hearing, oh, lion were on this property and lion were on that property. I need to have them on this property. I need to be with lion on a frequent basis to be able to get any idea of their behavior and how cohesive they are as a unit, what they might be doing. For 2 years now, I've been here for 2 years. In fact, I didn't even realize it, but the other day was my 2-year anniversary. Sort of came and went without any thought about it. But in the 2 years that I've been here, I can probably count on both hands the amount of times that I've seen proper lion activity, other than just lion sleeping or lion crossing through the property. And I still cannot get my head around what is going on with the lion in this part of the world. What I can tell you is that it's in a state of upheaval at the moment, and as long as it is like this, nobody's going to settle down. I don't know. Saw photographs the other day of a coalition of 5 big males. I think it was. Craig was showing me. 6. Was it 6? Yeah, it was 6. Huge. I mean, they make the Mapokos look like teenagers. This is a coalition in Kruger. Yeah, it is far from us, and it's not likely that coalition, in fact, highly unlikely that they're going to come up this way. There was talk of 11 young males, sub-adults, cruising, I think, Manyaleti or something. Something is going on with so many coalitions, and as long as there are so many big coalitions of males, they're never going to really settle down to any decent pride activity. That's why we've only got males at the moment. Females are getting killed, cubs are getting killed. It's going to take quite a while for it to settle down and steady itself. I just thought I'd come out to this open area and have a look, and then we're going to go back to Leadwood Road. Or maybe not, actually. Maybe we'll just start going west now on Gary Main. I didn't really want to use Gary Main too much because of traffic. A lot of tortoise tracks, and I've seen some snake tracks, so there's a good chance rain's on the way soon. a little frustrating for me sometimes because I would love to answer questions about lion in more detail. But I can't. I just don't have them here. We seem to be this I was going to say no man's land, no lion land, between strong territories, and they only venture this way from time to time. And I guess it's kind of a case of out of sight, out of mind. As long as we don't have lion around here, I'm not really thinking about them. I can't really think about them. I've got a lot of other things to think about. Concentrating on the leopards and, well, it's summer, insects and things have been a bit of a distraction. But I just find it very difficult to keep track of something just by reading emails. I'm sorry if that is the case. But I guess my brain, I need to spend time with them more to get to know them better, get to know their characters, get to know their compositions. Good afternoon, Teresa in Virginia. Reading up about baboons and their social structures. Coming up to Twin Dams now. Teresa's saying it seems like lion and baboon are very similar in their social structures. Yes and no, actually. There might be some similarities, but you won't find the same type of coalition amongst males in baboon society. You always get one dominant male. Hello, buffalo. I was expecting to find crocodile. Let's get to the other side. Two buffalo. Looking into the sun here. Since crocodile's not a chelapan, I wonder where he is. I think amongst the females you could draw similarities to lion and baboon, but not with the males. Quite nice, the two buffalo together, one behind the other. That bull at the back there is quite familiar because he has that very deep curl. I think we need to get up to Elephant Skull Road. There's a sandpiper in front of us. Coming quite close. A wood sandpiper. Very close. Amongst the water lily leaves. It's maybe not too close. No, it's just there. We'll be too close in a minute. Okay, let's go to the Elephant Skull. Any station with that lock on Elephant Skull? Okay, can I join you? No, I'm just in front of you, yes, and down. Yeah, coming in from the Jackalberry. Well, we don't have to go to them, they're coming to us. Sorry, Hornbill. Let's see, what have we got here? Off the road, was on the road. Wow, that squirrel was shouting behind us. When we were watching the buffalo, there was a squirrel making a lot of noise. Sorry, spider. If I can somehow hook her web up against somewhere. Where is this cat? No, they're looking here. Might come behind us. There it is. Okay. Just gonna stop here, I think it's leopard. Right in front of that vehicle. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go, everyone. Is that good, Seb? Oh, it's neither Mission nor Induna. I don't think it's either one of them. Karula. Hello, Karula. Come here, girl. Come to me. Careful coming in. Not a good place, Ephraim. Here she comes. Come to me, girl. Oh, she's going to make her way back down to the dam. Sit. Okay, too hard behind us. Right. Try and move. Thanks, F. As only Karula does when she walks the road. Buffalo have come out of the water to see what all this commotion is about. Nice if she went down for a drink. Come this way. Come, girl. An idea of what's down at the dam. Beautiful light on her this time of the day. Our Queen of Djuma. A lot of you may be new to us. This is a very special cat to very many people. We fall right in the middle of her territory. Consequently, we see her quite often. We've been very lucky to have followed her last 2 litters of cubs. She's just had a new litter in early November. And she's heading down to the water. New litter in November. They are now going on 3 months old. We don't see them too often these days, but let's give her the space to make a choice where to go. She's got to be somewhat cautious about where she moves, especially around water. There can always be something lying around water that can be a danger to her. She does have 2 cubs somewhere, so she's probably extra cautious. Buffalo are actually making their way here. They're coming to see what we're interested in. Buffalo are not silly, they're not stupid. And I think they're very well aware that we're all looking at something. One of the threats to a leopard would be being caught on the ground by buffalo. Although she'd seek refuge in any one of the trees around here. At the moment she's out in the open a little bit. Buffalo haven't seen her yet. The wind is not very consistent for them to have picked up her scent just yet. Mostly coming from the east, so they're upwind. One of the buff now moving behind us. She hasn't even seen them, she's not interested in them. Buffalo being way too big for leopard. No. Well, it's gonna... let's move now that another vehicle started up. Let's just... She's smelling things. Interested in something below the dam wall. Please go to the water. Keep going, John. Now we've seen her do this around Impala Plains, and she had those baby impalas stashed under a bush. Well, welcome to Wild Earth Safari, and one of the most exciting things we can do in an afternoon is spend time with a leopard, particularly this leopard who's out finding food, no doubt, before she goes back to her cubs this evening. My name is Mark, by the way. Doing what I love the best, the most. Let's move up a little bit. I'm hoping she's going to make her way down to the water. Maybe have a drink. Posing. Okay, I've got to move again. Hello, Peggy. I think to know when the cubs are likely to start eating meat. Well, pretty soon, I would imagine. Peggy. Going on 3 months. I think she's going over the wall now, actually. She's stalking something on the other side of the wall. We can see a gap here. Try and position her. I don't know, Seb, if you can get her through there. She's using the damn wall as cover, just popping her head over, and she's gone. Sorry, I have to start up quickly and I have to go quickly. Don't know what she went for, but she went for something wholeheartedly. All this erosion. Get something, girl. Might have been a mongoose. I can see the tail twitching. Just something in the bush. I think it's possibly dwarf mongoose or something that she might have gone for. He's starting to complain. They might have seen her. I don't think so though. Did you get her when she found?
I was not
Not
zooming all
zoomed.
the way, but I was, yeah.
Getting there. Oh, that was quite amazing. She launched herself over the damn wall. I can imagine the power in those back legs for a leopard to, because that is their hunting strategy, really. I mean, that is how leopard do it. They stalk relatively close to their prey. Their prey is typically in this kind of terrain, which is the complete opposite to how cheetah hunt. Leopard's got to get really, really close. Leopard don't have the opportunity, or they don't have the stamina and the legs to be able to run for long distances. There, she's looking at something again. Look at that intense interest on her. And she'll stalk as close as possible and then use those very powerful legs to just launch herself at her prey. Normally not more than 10, 20 yards ahead of her. And she won't really run for very long. Right, let's see. Let's try and make our way through, around, through bushes. Got a precarious position here on this wall at a very weird angle. But this is a Land Rover. This is the termite mound where my mamba skin comes from. Oh, she's seen something. What she's done, there's something up ahead of us. Guinea fowl. There are guinea fowl in the road. I'm going to try and get a little bit closer. She saw something before I could see what it was. She ducked down and she went back around at another angle. We're not going to be able to get through here, so we're going to have to try and stay with her. See, she's gone into stalk mode, so I don't know where she is now. Oh, no, that's not her. That's dead leaves. She saw those guinea fowl out on the road and it's sort of gone around. There you go. There she goes, there she goes. She's running off and going back onto Gary Main, chasing something onto Gary Main. What's left? There she is, still chasing something into the sunlight. Oh, and she's crossed onto the south. That is sad. We've just lost a dwarf mongoose. The colony of dwarf mongoose that I think she's after now. Eastern Channel, any vehicle near Baboon Train?
Yeah, I'm standing by, guys.
Yeah, I've got an Ingwe just east of Baboon Train, just crossed over Gary Main.
Okay, copy that. Yeah, I'm also with my daughter Ingwe here at the Green Triple. Just probably about 30 meters south of the Green Pen. The young my daughter Ingwe here. Static also. That Ingwe that you've got there is a Karula.
Yeah, affirmative. There you go. We're just west. She's just gone after some bad in mongoose.
Sure. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can actually hear your mobile now. Thanks, man. She's on her own or she's got any big ones with her?
She's on her own. I've lost visual of her. Can't follow into the Sardinia.
Okay, copy that. Thank you very much for the update. I'll try and relocate just now. Just want to spend some time with this young my daughter. He's Ulani and Gov at the moment. He's very nice.
You know which one he is?
It looks like me, sure, hey?
Okay, great, thanks. I might stick around the Boom Fan to see if maybe I can use this way.
Okay, copy that. Also, Tumkombi goes west of Tindam and the Gary Main and then Ella.
Thanks, Ephraim. Did you copy? Karula just crossed Gary Main. Rhino. So it is a big 5 day for you and the viewers. Not for me, but here we go, everybody. A big 5 day for all of you. Ephraim, come in. Can I join that in Combi Lock? Okay, yeah, Karula's just there on your left where you're coming now. Yeah, she chased my tickets all over the road and she's there just south of the road. Hello Rhino, Mr. and Mrs. This is that big bull with that young female, I think. I last saw them at Twin Dams. In fact, he was being quite amorous. Hello children. Oblivious to the drama that's just taken place only yards away. Wow. See how things go in the bush. Oh, what a healthy rhino he is. Look at that. And it looks like his leather's been buffed around his face. Smoothed over. Let me try and move, Seb. Just turn the car because they're going to possibly come out. Make it easier for the camera angle. Sorry, I know I'm probably in everybody's way for the photographs that they're taking. Well, my rhinoceros beetle worked. Still on the dashboard. Testament to my good driving skills. Really beautiful light. Unfortunately, we do have this power line. This is what brings power into all the lodges in the Sabi Sand. But I guess the upside of a power line is this lovely open area on the entire length of the line. It makes it nice and open. Good grasses, good grazing for these rhino. These are 2 white rhino, or square-lipped rhino. Rhinoceros aren't called black or white because of their color. Looks like she's been quite intent on crossing the road, or going out onto the road. I'm hoping he's going to come back towards her. He's gone behind some bushes. And she's playing prima donna for the guests of Vuyatela with Ephraim. Judging by the sounds that I heard only 50 yards down the road when we drove past Karula where she chased those mongoose, I think she caught one. There was some pretty heavy screaming going on. I was talking on the radio at the same time to one of the guides from down south who is sitting just on the other side of Baboon Pan with Mishu, he says. Now that would be interesting to see if the two of them are going to talk to each other, and I wonder if they would make contact. Well, they would. But
1, 3.
here comes the big boy. Breaking cover. Come and check up on his lady friend. Asking the vehicle, are you flirting with my lady? Oh, tender moment. I still love you, honey. Got a bit boisterous. That I think might be it for the sun for today. Looking at the west, pretty huge storm clouds moving over the sunset. Let me move a bit, Seb. Try and get the line of the power lines in a perfect straight line. We don't see too many. Liko menjan. Urin. Na itu ingo yang ngine kule babun pen. Mish. Tambuti Dam. Iman. Oh. We're going down to where Karula is. Aku pun lah. Ya, aku ni lendau kali. Swiss. But I can't go in there. Okay. Bye. This really is a cute couple. We've seen them a number of times. They have also been hooked up with that other crash of bulls from time to time.
Yeah, I'm leaving 166 Combi, just west of India.
Standing by, guys.
He's pushing her now. I think he wants to mate. He doesn't want her to cross the road and she wants to cross the road and he's saying stay on Western Gowrie. Lovers quarrel, perhaps? I mean, there was a tender moment just moments ago.
Station with them combat Twin Dams coming.
Mark, yeah, go ahead.
Good afternoon. Can I join your lock? I'm on Gowrie Main heading west.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I can still see some of the mongoose crossing the road further down. I wonder where Karula is. Why is pushing her around like that? I think it's he's unsheathing his penis now. It could have. I think it's mostly got to do with mating. And she doesn't want to have anything to do with it. Quite typical behavior of a bull with a cow on his mind. What's she trying to do? She's just rubbing horns with a post. Have you ever thought rhino were big and clumsy? There's your answer. They are very agile, very quick on their feet.
Yeah, to AFM, I'm the only vehicle on lock so far. Yeah, you're going to bump it on the way here.
she's playing hard to get, and then she runs up to him, and then she plays hard to get. Let's just keep tabs with them. Avshay, how's it? How are you?
Right, yourself.
Good, thanks. Good afternoon, everyone. Puncture. Okay, I'll deal with it later. Other side. Why me? I can feel it. We are right here where Karula was. And it's turning around and they want to come past us. Banded mongoose is still running across the road. There was also an ingwe in here. Karula came in here a few minutes ago chasing banded mongoose.
Alright, awesome. Just want to check this one just in front.
Yeah, I believe there's another one down there.
Yeah, Francis is 200 meters from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. I also want to bypass and go to the lock of that anyway. Full. Anyway, go. Yeah, space for a third vehicle standby available.
Avshay, how are you? Very good, and you? Good. Afternoon, everyone.
I just got a little bit forward behind the...
Yeah, I'll go for it. Now, find a place to change this wheel. Can't exactly do it here. I'm going to have to ride on a flat for a while. This is a little bit too much of a slope. Okay, at this stage I'm afraid I can't move anywhere. We can't see the leopard, we can't see the rhino. There are guests watching these rhino right now, so I can't move forward. See if I can go back to this mitre drain, maybe change the wheel in there. Ideally I want to do it down at the bottom in the flat ground. But this might be flat enough. Just don't know how other vehicles will get past me though. No. Okay, well, it's not on the rim just yet. So I'm going to just try and get down to the bottom. Sorry, Rhino, I know you might not want me to come past like this. Didn't seem to bother you much, did it? Just got to get to the bottom to Twin Dams Road where it's level. I might have to use buffalo bones to chock the wheels because there are no stones down there. Oh, try and get the weight onto the right hand side of the vehicle. There we go. Oh, here's a leopard sighting right next to us. Mishu. We're just going to have to go a little bit further in. Rhino making their way down here. It's going to be quite exciting for people. Okay, well this will have to do. So excuse me, I'm now going to be pit crew. Actually, you just lock it in low range. There we go. Excuse me while I change a wheel. Fun, fun, fun.
Anything, Mark? No, if you was anything.
Undo the ropes and the antenna and everything. It'll go a bit quicker.
Hi everyone, this is Craig in Final Control, and just let you know that while Mark's changing the tyres, seems to have disconnected the antenna, so we've lost signal. And as soon as I receive the picture back here in Final Control, we'll be connecting back to Mark out in the bush. So please be patient, and hopefully we'll be back with the vehicle shortly.
welcome back everyone. Managed to get that tire fixed quick enough. I was hoping that back over there. But I was hoping that Karula might have done what she had to do down. But I don't think we're going to be that lucky. A little bit of excitement to end off with, having to change a tire. Pardon? And the picture's coming and going. Well, not too
Good evening, everyone. This is Craig in Final Control. Just to let you know, we seem to be having a signal problem with the Gunda at the moment. Keeps coming and going. So the vehicle is driving towards an area where they'll get a better signal, and we'll see if it improves. But at the moment, there's no sort of reasoning as to why it's happening. So we'll keep you updated, and if you do get picture back in the next few minutes, we will be crossing back to Mark. Apologies for any inconvenience.
Hi everybody and welcome back. Back on Weaver's Nest, heading back towards Philemon's Dip, and I'm just going to have to say goodbye to you all. Also something not very kosher with the vehicle, it's doing this, and not too sure why, and I'm going to have to stop because I'm just have to check on that wheel that I've just put on. But thanks very much for joining me this afternoon. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you along for the drive. My name is Mark with Sebastian on camera. And we will be back with you tomorrow morning, 5:30 Central African time, back here at Wild Earth Safari. So from all of us and the crew, bye for now.
Good evening, everyone.